Hello, everybody, and welcome. This
Mhm.
is the Apostate Prophet. I hope everybody's having a fantastic little day.
Mhm.
How is everybody doing? David, what's up, man? How are you doing, David?
Mhm. 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 What's up, man?
What's up? How are you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
What? Oh, no, yeah, nothing. What's up? What's up with you?
Not much. What's going on?
Oh, good. Is there a delay, man? What is this? Tell me when you say
I
yes
don't
when
know.
you hear me say yes when you hear me say yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's a 2-second delay. Good job. All right. Now that we have established that you have a delay,
Do you want me to
welcome,
shut down and start
everybody.
over?
Yes, get out of here and come back. All right. Now that he's gone, finally we can get to talk about serious things. man, these old people in technology. This is really, really insane. I don't know why he's frozen. He's supposed to be out. Hey, you're frozen, man. Get out of here. You're frozen. Okay. What the heck is going on?
What?
Now you're here twice. What is happening, man?
That's impossible.
All right. Welcome back, David.
Hey, first see if that works, because sometimes I have to actually shut the entire computer down.
Okay.
And that's assuming it's on my end.
Tell me when you hear me say 3. 1, 2, 3.
3.
Okay, that's pretty good.
It's all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't have to shut all the way down. Just had to close out and come back in.
Powerful.
Based.
Old people in tech, man. This is just late Nick AP. What happened? Oh yeah, no, it's all right. All right, everything's fine. Not a fantastic day today, but decided to be live nevertheless to talk about disgusting people. So today we want to talk about disgusting people. David, have you heard of disgusting people?
No shortage of those in the world.
Nice. We want to talk about disgusting people because today is we have actually just left behind October 7, the anniversary of it, 2 years after the October 7 terrorist attack against Israel, where Islamic terrorists named Hamas attacked Israel, invaded Israel, and
hold up.
What?
You mean Hamas, the political organization that isn't really Islamic, according to Tucker Carlson?
Exactly that one.
Okay, those ones.
So the organization which Tucker Carlson thinks is not really an Islamic organization. I mean, it's just a movement of killing people. So that movement, which is also called, which is officially called the Islamic Resistance Movement, and which vows to kill and to destroy Israel, and to, which also says that their greatest desire is to die for Allah.
Mm-hmm.
That organization attacked Israelis on October 7 and killed over 1,000 people. And they celebrated it. They loved it. In fact, they were very happy about it. The people, the Gazans and the Palestinians in general were very happy about this. Hamas was very happy about this. They loved it. It was a terrorist attack, however. It targeted mostly civilians. It came out of nowhere. And no, it was not a response to oppression. It was not resistance. It was a terrorist attack that included burning people alive, torturing people, raping people, massacring people, taking people as hostages and mistreating them, and so on. The first reactions were quite telling. Here you had actual footage of Hamas members proudly kidnapping a family, including children. Here they are taking, they're deciding which organization takes these hostages with them. You will have shameless people who are pro-Palestine supporters who should be henceforth known as terror advocates and terrorists. They will say that on this day, soldiers were taken as prisoners of war. They will say that Israelis were taken as prisoners of war because they deserve it. But they took children and old people and young people, men and women, as hostages in order to mistreat them and use them as bargain chips. That's it. That's what they did. That's what they did. Today, the pro-Hamas side is still very proud about this. They're still very happy about it. One of the greatest examples is here. You have this person, Dr. Rahme Al-Adwan, is actually a doctor in the United Kingdom, in Britain. This person actually works in the health system and as a doctor, and she proudly and happily celebrates it. Trauma and orthopedics. She posts this: glory to the breaking of the 17-year-long illegal siege, glory to the Palestinian resistance, glory to our martyrs, Al-Aqsa flood, Palestine, Gaza, heart with the PLO flag. Al-Aqsa flood is directly what Hamas calls it, so she's directly celebrating what Hamas did on that day. And any reasonable nation, any reasonable country would take this whore and drag her by her hair and kick her out of this country. In fact, this is what British people should do. If the politicians don't do it, the people should rise up and should ask for it to be done and should push for it, because such filth, such scum should not be living in a civilized society. She is in the United Kingdom and she does this kind of stuff. Any advanced civilized society should not allow this to just say things like these and to advocate for terrorism amongst them. They should drag her and kick her out.
Definitely not to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Definitely not be a doctor unless it's just at a Muslims only hospital, because this is not someone you trust to take care of you if you're on the wrong side of a political issue.
Yes. That's true. AP Shamoon. What is it? Why is it that whenever somebody says a word, people are like, "Well, you sound like Sam Shamoon." So she's one of these people who actually celebrates it, and this is the UK, by the way. If in the UK you make a joke about Muslims, you will have people come and arrest you. But apparently, if you're a doctor and you glorify and praise Islamic terrorism, you're completely right. You're completely fine. Completely fine. Unfortunately, this is the problem. Britain needs to change dramatically, very, very quickly. Very, 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 very quickly. Very quickly. Here you have at a rally where there's also an Islamic praise or prayer to the goats taking place. This is in New York City. In New York City, a prayer is being held, and at the rally you can see a Hamas flag.
Allah. Allah.
So you can see the Hamas flag right here. They are actually using Hamas flags in the United States, where Hamas is recognized as a terrorist organization. These people should be identified and be dealt with. But it's okay. It's their religion. That's what they do. Here you had the Palestinians themselves on October 7th in Gaza. In Gaza City. They were celebrating it. When the terrorist attack happened, and the Hamas terrorists and the others actually went out killing, massacring Israelis, the Gazan civilians celebrated it. I wonder if they're still happy like this. I wonder if they're still happy like this. I wonder if they're still having fun. Makes you wonder. I don't know. Hey guys, please go to that same place and take a photo or a video of yourselves and tell us if you are still happy like this. Thank you. Unfortunately, we can find out that some people in Gaza still are very happy, despite the so-called genocide. There's allegedly a genocide ongoing, and people are so oppressed. But here you have...
Wait, these guys are starving, right?
Allegedly, yes.
Okay. These guys are, keep in mind, everyone, these guys are starving, all of them. That's why they're so completely emaciated and super low energy.
Here you have them. This is Gaza. This is from yesterday. At night, on the coming of October 7th, specifically to the hour of when the operations began, you have Gazan civilians actually going out and celebrating October 7th. This has to be the only population that experiences a genocide, but actually goes out and starts celebrating the beginning of the genocide. They love it. Yeah, this is when the genocide began. Woo-hoo-hoo. This is when we began to be genocided. Woohoo! Allahu Akbar.
بكره ايش من التاريخ؟ 7 اكتوبر. ليش بدنا نوجه رساله للنت انفاضه اليوم؟ و7 اكتوبر جيناكم وبالقصصير دسيناكم وبنتدبر بسحبناكم. هي 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 وجنودك مثل الخرفان ونتنياهو يا جبان وعلم عليك القسام. هي هي
David, what do you think about this?
These guys know music is haram.
They should have used goat sounds instead. But this is what they're doing. This is Gaza. You will have absolute imbeciles like Greta Thunberg go around the world and be like, I have seen disgusting, inhuman... She hasn't actually seen anything at all. How could they treat people like this? This is so evil. They are evil. They're treating Gazans like dirt. They're torturing them. They're oppressing them. They're treating them like animals. They're deliberately starving billions of people in Gaza. And here you have these poor people that the world apparently feels sorry for.
What
date is tomorrow, October the 7th? What message are we sending to Netanyahu on this day? And then they start saying on October 7th, we invaded you. Trampled you with our boots. This is the message. And pulled you out of the tank. David, they don't look like they're starving to me, man.
No, they don't look like they're starving. And I mean, just imagine they're running their mouths about killing men, women, and children, and burning people and raping women and stuff like that. And they're happily singing about it. If Jews posted video, if Netanyahu posted a video of him singing in celebration about bombing some buildings and stuff like that, we'd be hearing about it all day, every day for the rest of our lives.
I mean, considering that they're very happy, considering that they're very visibly happy, I just want to come and say, whatever is happening in Gaza since October 7, I wish that it continues happening for them, considering that they're very happy about it. Sorry, was that very bad? I'm not sure, but they don't seem very upset about it, so, you know.
Yeah, I am still confused about how the... if tomorrow they want to say they're starving, you'll see these same guys in the videos on the ground and not able to even stand up with little empty bowls in their hands filled with that they're trying to fill with leaves or sand or gravel or something like that and say they're eating that. And so it's just like they'll post one video, yay, we're winning, haha, in your faces, we killed a bunch of you. And they'll post another video, we're so starving, where's the aid? If I didn't
Your
know better,
soldiers are like sheep.
which I don't, I might think I can't trust these dudes.
They call Netanyahu a coward. They say that the Qassam brigades beat you. Qassam brigades is the military side of Hamas. So they're directly praising Hamas for what they did.
Wait, those are
And
the
so
guys who
on.
went and fought one day and then ran and hid?
Yeah. So what they did on October 7, let's just put this here very clearly. On October 7, they went into, in a surprise attack, they went into Israel. They encountered and shot random people. Some they took hostage, some they brutally killed, some they raped, some they burned, and so on. Children, men, women, elderly, they stopped vehicles, stopped cars, and just shot everyone inside those cars. They went to a music festival and shot people randomly at that music festival, killed over 370 people at a music festival. Went from home to home in civilian communities and started shooting elderly people on site. Took a bunch of hostages, then ran like rats back into Gaza. And they declare that they have won and that Israelis are a bunch of sheep and cowards. This is why I do not regret for a second my full support for Israel in this conflict. I do not regret for a second my full support for Israel and Israel's actions in this conflict. Because this is the scum that they are dealing with. This is the absolute filthy scum that they are dealing with. This is what they're fighting against. This is what Israel fights against. And Israel has been fighting with them in a very merciful way. Israel has been extremely merciful, extremely reluctant in response to these filthy terrorists and what they do. The majority of the population of Gaza and the majority of the population of the West Bank, the Palestinians, supported the attacks of October 7. They supported Hamas and they still support Hamas. They still support the terrorism. They still support the evil, filthy activities that they did. And those same people, they support a genocide of Jews, of Israelis. But once things are turned around on them, they start crying to the world and complaining, while also going out into the streets and celebrating. Israel has been too merciful to these people. Israel has been too soft, too weak against these people. Any reasonable nation would have done much worse in response to these barbarians, these savages. Anyway, yeah. Ramael said, how many times will David would interrupt AP? I wonder. What?
Now you're sounding like AP from 2024.
A little bit.
We need more blood. I want the streets of Gaza 2 feet deep with blood.
I wake up to people celebrating terrorists and Gazans going out there and dancing and singing, and I think, oh, you know what? Screw all the tolerance and compassion and whatever. You deserve everything you get, man. Anyway, Real Live Wire says the same number of times as the number of the Al-Zut. This is true. Silas Berdes made a super chat. Thank you so much. Al-Zut Diddy Line said, Zabiba, I got a big Zabiba.
Well, how do you know they were saying it like that? Not Zabiba, I got a big Zabiba.
Because that's not how the song goes, man. This is an official song. It's even on Spotify. It's even on Spotify. Cartoon Shrug says, what does AP think of Andrew Tate's charges dropping, etc.? I don't want to say that you are a fool, but you seem to have been fooled by the same news again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Every single time Andrew Tate or somebody else comes out and says, look, charges dropped. Nothing has been dropped. There was one case of accusations that has been has not been approved. That concerns, I think, 2 victims in the UK. However, the Tates are still sued for multiple different victims inside the UK, in Romania, and also in other places. Nothing has been dropped. Please inform yourself better. Stop
I just
believing.
asked AI, have Andrew Tate's charges been dropped? The AI response: no, Andrew Tate's criminal charges for rape and human trafficking have not been dropped. He still faces serious charges in Romania and has also been charged in the United Kingdom. If I recall correctly, in the UK, it's a civil case.
Yeah, there is
let's see.
one civil case that has been dropped or not approved. He will not face charges. He still, however, faces multiple charges in the UK itself. So that's that. La, la,
But
la, la,
isn't it like every time they go to court for anything and something gets postponed or delayed, they come back and say, all the charges have been dropped, and all their fans are not going, see, we told you all the charges would be dropped.
Yeah. So when I saw this this morning or yesterday,
I'm calling you a Nazi.
I said once again I couldn't care less about the suffering of Gazans.
Very rude.
So you see these people celebrating what they did, and I'm supposed to feel bad for them. And then people are like, how dare you? How dare you? I don't care, man. I don't care. I do not care. I do not care. There are many things to talk about today, but one thing to talk about as well is that there are still many hostages that are kept by Hamas and their allies, including living ones and many dead ones. They still haven't been released. Hamas and their terrorist friends still hold on to them and their bodies to this day.
These guys are crazy. These guys hold bodies hostage.
Yeah.
And they're the good guys, according to Greta Thunberg.
Here's one of the most famous scenes of October 7. Now I have one question. There's something that they repeatedly shout here, which is Allahu Akbar. I have a question for all the listeners and viewers. What does Allahu Akbar mean? Does it mean A, long live the resistance, B, free Palestine, C, we just want human rights, or D, Allah is the greatest? The correct answer is D, Allah is the greatest. Correct. Yeah, you got it. You got it, people.
It's actually greater.
Yeah, or that. So it's not free Palestine.
But you left out E. We're so sad in our open air prison. We just want to be free.
So they didn't do it because long live the resistance or free Palestine or anything else. They did it because of Allah. That's what they repeatedly want to say. Because they love Allah and because these people are Jews. This woman who has been brutally mistreated and whose foot has been injured and who has visible blood on her backside. She is being brutally mistreated and taken hostage by these bastards because they love Allah. They do it for Allah because they are Islamists. It is not a resistance. It is an Islamic terrorist movement. Charlie Kirk said it best when he said, if Hamas stopped fighting, there would be peace. If Israel stopped fighting, it would cease to exist. He also thought about this until he died. This is also another discussion that we probably should get into, maybe today or tomorrow. I don't know.
What's that? Which one?
The Charlie Kirk one. Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens.
You should be covering Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens every day until you leave.
No.
Someone's got to do it, man.
Did you hear the latest thing that she said?
Which one?
her new source of information.
What?
Here.
Like I just said, had a vivid dream this weekend, and Charlie came to me and he told me that he was betrayed. And so for me,
Oh my
I
freaking
believe that,
goodness.
but I do believe that. And it was the immediate sense I got, actually. And I don't know who exactly it is that betrayed him, but I also felt in the dream that it is soon going to be revealed, that it's actually inevitable that it is going to be revealed, that there is nothing and no one that is going to stop the truth from coming out, and it is going to have international consequences. Take that to the bank. Quote me on that.
International consequences. Yeah. So far, so I only watched one of her podcasts since then. I think it was either the first or second one. Then I've just seen clips that are shared. But as far as I've been able to ascertain, there's some sort of conspiracy between Israel and Turning Point members itself, Charlie's friends on Turning Point, working with the Jews to assassinate him, and it's all being covered up by the FBI. So you've got the FBI, Turning Point, and Israel all working together as to cover up their assassination of Charlie Kirk. One question. I don't know. Because I haven't been watching any of the recent stuff. I want to ask people in the chat who've been following all this stuff. Yes, this is funny. That's Mr. Dr. Manhattan, right? That's Dr. Manhattan. Yeah. I wanted to ask everyone in the chat, has she started blaming Erica yet? What are you laughing at, man?
The meme is just awesome.
You don't even know what this stuff is about. You don't read comics.
It fits perfectly. She literally did the meme, man. It was revealed to me in a dream. For those who just missed it, Candace Owens, actually, her latest source is that Charlie Kirk appeared to her in a very vivid dream and told her that he was betrayed, which is why she now firmly believes it. And she also had the feeling in her dream that it soon is going to come out who betrayed him.
Hold up. She can't betray Dream Charlie, can she? If Dream Charlie wants her to get to the bottom of this, she can't betray him, right? So she has to continue exposing this alliance of Turning Point, the Jews, and the U.S. government, who all conspired to assassinate him and to frame that 22-year-old furry dude. Hey, so guys, wait, let me see. Did anyone answer? I was asking if she has started to blame Erica yet. Even though she was praising Erica, I was thinking the entire time, there is no way you don't eventually start attacking her too. No way.
I think it was Jibril who came and talked to her in her dream. She is crazy. I mean, I'm sorry. Look, I'm not going to dispute dreams here, but if you ever hear me say, well, I know what happened on that day. I know what happened on that day when this thing happened because it was actually revealed to me in a dream. I would like everyone to turn it off and to never listen to me again.
You know that old song, man. When I find myself in times of trouble, Brother Charlie comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, saying, please destroy everything I've been building up my entire career. Please, Candace, this isn't a demon. It's really me. It's really me. It's Charlie. Please destroy Israel and the U.S. government and my entire organization and my family and all my friends, and you'll be the good guy.
That is
something like that.
Matthew never became a member. Welcome to the club. Silas Burtis says, I can't believe people actually think Candace brought up a valid text conversation regarding Charlie defecting from his pro-Israel stance. It reads like a child wrote it, and 2, consider the source. Here's the thing. I also doubted the text messages very firmly, and I thought they were nonsensical. David actually thought it seemed legit. So I was wrong. The text messages are actually real. Andrew Colvett came out and confirmed it. And now they're going around and saying, look, he confirms now and he proves that Charlie was actually going against Israel. The thing is, they left out the entire context of the confirmation video, which Andrew Colvett published. So those texts did indeed come from Charlie Kirk. He did indeed say that apparently a Jewish donor, stopped his donations because he wouldn't stop hosting Tucker Carlson. Mm-hmm. And so Charlie got angry about this and vented out his frustrations in that chat. This is now confirmed. However, here's the thing. What Andrew Colvett then continues further confirming in the same video is also that this was simply a moment of Charlie venting and being frustrated, as he usually does.
That's why...
And that he never changed his views on Israel until the end.
Yeah, that's why they seemed authentic to me, because I didn't know Charlie, but based on the things we've seen since he was killed and the things we've gone through, that seemed exactly like his personality, right? In other words, he's a free speech absolutist. So even after people are murdered, right? Even after those 2 Jews were murdered in DC, even right after that, he's saying, "Hey guys, don't let this be used to block free speech, even against Israel and Netanyahu. Do not do that." And so he didn't like the thought of legally controlling people's speech, and he really didn't like people trying to control someone else's speech through money. Like, I'll give you money, and but if you don't do what I want, I'm going to withdraw it. Because keep in mind, it's perfectly reasonable if you're donating to something and then you find out this money is not being used the way I want it, to say, okay, I don't want to support this anymore. But if you're trying to do stuff and someone is saying, hey, I'm not funding you if you're going to do this, that's like, hey, you're trying to control me with money. It's a situation where both sides are correct from their view. It makes perfect sense. Like if there's some new Christian evangelist or something like that, and I start saying, wow, this guy's doing really awesome work, I want to support his work, I'm going to send him money every month. And then all of a sudden he starts praising Islam or something like that. I'll be, whoa. I thought you were doing evangelism. Now you're praising Islam too and saying Islam is great. I don't think I want to support you if you're out there praising Islam. And then the guy would be like, what? You can't control what I'm saying. You're trying to control me with money and so on. So anyway, yeah, if you're funding someone and donating to someone, you're obviously under the assumption that they're doing what you want. And this is why Tucker's going to end up causing mass division, ladies and gentlemen. From Charlie's perspective, hey, what are you talking about? Tucker's an important voice. He's very popular. We want to have him here. And if we disagree with him, then guess what? We don't have to agree on everything. And if you're funding stuff, you'd be like, I was not funding you to promote and platform Tucker Carlson. It's like, I think he's going nuts. And I think he's saying some really messed up, evil stuff. So I don't want that happening. And then, okay, you're blackmailing me. So in that context, yeah, Charlie seems to blow up when people say, hey, if you're going to do this, we're withdrawing support. He'll burn bridges and flip out. And so that's the context of this. Oh, well, if you guys are going to do that, then I'll just go ahead and I'll get Candace back when he's flipping out. Which fits perfectly with what we know, because that's exactly what was said after people complained that he had Tucker speaking at the event that you were at. He said, people complaining and acting like they can tell me what to do about Tucker makes me want to invite Tucker even more. So his reaction in those situations is, what are you trying to pressure me to do? Because that's making me want to do the opposite. And so it makes perfect sense for him to say, what, you guys are pressuring me to do this? Oh, okay. Well, now I want to do the opposite. Oh, you're pressuring me, saying I have to do this? Well, you know what? I'll just back off Israel entirely. How about that?
Powerful.
Anyway, that's why it seems to fit what little I know about it.
Powerful. Here's a funny clip. This is directly now some people who don't like this and who didn't like Charlie Kirk when he was alive, but suddenly love him now that he's dead. Don't like it when Charlie's own pastor, Rob McCoy, comes and talks. This is a guy that Charlie Kirk trusted a lot and traveled with as well, in whom Charlie Kirk confided a lot. And he speaks and shares things about Charlie Kirk. And he shares something very, very important here.
You know, there's discussion about his views on Israel. What I can tell you is that Charlie believed, and I was with him in Korea. That was the last trip we took. It was last week, and he was wanting me to go to Israel to start a work there. That was his request of me, and I know that he believed the Jews had an ancestral right to the land. He believed that Jews are God's chosen people. He believed in the sovereignty of Israel. He also believed Ezekiel 37 that there was to be a political nation first and a spiritual nation second. And so he would be accused of being an anti-Semite because he would separate that you can question the political government of Israel, but you stand with the realization that the Jews are God's chosen people. They have an ancestral right to the land. But you can also, like we do with our own government, call them out when they're wrong. And I was on a text stream with him and Orthodox rabbis and Orthodox believers, and he would lay this out. He would lay it out, and he would glean from that, and then he'd be on the other side where he's trying to understand, Tucker's position and everyone else's, because he was trying to build the bridge for young people 18 to 30 that were non-traditional conservative voters.
So, long story short, even on his last trip together, Charlie continued having this whole thing. Remember, we read Charlie's letter to Benjamin Netanyahu, where he was heavily criticizing Netanyahu for his way of handling the information war online, and was saying that you guys are doing a horrible job. You guys need to do a better job at information, at informing people who have misconceptions about Israel and all that. And he was advising Israel to actually establish a force to tackle information properly. And offering his own help, and at the same time, he also wanted his pastor to get involved and to help out Israel. But we are supposed to somehow believe, based on one or two frustrations, that Charlie completely turned away from Israel or something like that. People are dishonest,
Yeah, that's the thing. When someone's sharing, like, oh, here's something Charlie wrote, or here's a clip of something Charlie said, and so on. All these things make perfect sense in light of everything we know about Charlie Kirk, right? He believed you are completely free to raise criticisms against the government and so on, and that where relevant, you should, but you should also be loyal to Israel continuing as a nation and so on. So all of this makes perfect sense as far as Charlie over the years. What's weird is when someone will take one of those things and then twist it into something that makes zero sense. Charlie said this, therefore he was about to declare an ideological war on Israel, and the people around him decided we have to assassinate. Okay, now you sound insane. Charlie gets ticked off when people try to tell him what he can say and what he can do. We know that. That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense if you're saying, hey, look at all this stuff that Charlie just said. He went off when someone tried to tell him what he's allowed to say, or told him who he's allowed to bring on. He flipped out. Yeah, okay, no problem. Sounds exactly like Charlie Kirk. Sounds exactly like something I would. Matter of fact, AP, we don't have $2 million donors, right? But what happens when someone who, like, supports us on Patreon or something like this is like, I can't believe that you do this, blah, blah, blah. I used to side with you, but now, blah, blah, blah. I've been supporting you on Patreon, and I can't believe you're saying this. You instantly push the get the hell out of here button
Hey, that's what I was just going to do. Man.
I knew you were going to do it because I know this is. I've seen you do it. I've seen you do it repeatedly, and I've done it repeatedly over the years. And I just say, hey, if you were supporting me based on what I was doing, that's fine. If you think you therefore get to tell me what I'm going to do, then yeah, bye. You're done here. We're not
I just
interested.
want to establish that. So if you come and tell me, hey, I supported you so far, but I can't support this thing, and I can't believe, and this is why I'm leaving, I would just tell you,
Get the hell out of here!
Yeah.
I know you've done that multiple times while we're live. But anyway, we had that reaction. There are other people. Elon, remember, anytime someone's tried to control Elon through threats, he's ready to like burn himself to the ground to not give them that control. Even when he had the falling out with Trump, and Trump's like, it's going to be a shame if we have to take away all these subsidies that are helping his company right now. And he's like, take them all away right now. Take them all away. Here, I'll cancel them all. Right? You are not going to use that to control me. Elon doesn't like being controlled that way. He will flip out. I can guarantee you, if you said, Elon, you have to back down right now on this, or we will burn Tesla to the ground. He would let you burn Tesla to the ground before he let you just control him on something. So anyway, there are some personalities that don't like being controlled, and that's actually good in a variety of certain circumstances, because these are the guys that will never back down. You have to kill them. They will never back down. Charlie was like that. He's not backing down at all. But guess what? If you're saying, hey, we don't want you doing this and we're funding you, he's going to say, go screw yourself then, if you think you can control me with that. And then as soon as he says that, and Candace gets the memo, oh, look, he was declaring war on Israel, and that's why the Jews had to work with Turning Point to kill him. Again, wait till Erica's involved in the plot.
It's probably going to come very soon, man.
Yeah, it's either Erica's going to be involved in the plot or Erica's being threatened, and so Candace will view herself as saving Erica from this as well.
Saving Erica. They will make a movie about it.
She'll have a 13-part documentary series, Saving Erica.
Yeah. Somebody just brought up the soundbite. Also did the lines, get the heck out of my house, Kafir. And I thought, hey, this is actually a very good soundbite, man. I should take that. I should put that on my soundboard as well.
Strong and you're a kafir. I have done. You're a kafir. Get this kafir out of my house. You're a full-fledged kafir. Get the heck out of my house.
Okay, I'm going to put that on my soundboard. Just keeping it here.
I like how those guys are cracking up, and then he's like, "What are you guys laughing at?" he's completely serious. You're questioning something. You're a kafir. Get out of my house. He's completely serious, and they're lol. What a jokester!
Dumb idiots. Anyway, here you have anti-Israel protesters violently attacking German police officers in Berlin at a protest on the second anniversary of the October 7th massacre.
Go, Polizei! Geht halt sehr übel ab hier gerade.
I'm actually very glad that this happened, because you know what you guys just did, you freaking imbeciles.
Bad idea.
You just made the German police even more angry.
You messing with the wrong one, guys.
They are already at their limit.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to them. I know others who talked to them. You can see it in their attitude every single day. They are so damn sick of pro-Palestine protesters.
Yep.
And they can't wait to get their hands on one and to punch the hell out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are being attacked and threatened by these pro-Palestine protesters. And you just added to that frustration and to that anger. Mm-hmm. They're being very restricted by their government, but they are so close to just snapping. You know?
They're getting closer. You can try this. You can do this crap all day in France. You can do this crap all day in the UK. I'm telling you guys, and I've been telling you for a while, don't push the Germans too far.
You're getting very, very close to that.
You're getting very close to pushing the Germans too far.
In fact, let's see. Oh yeah, here, Berlin. This says wait, is this the same video? Oh, is this the same video? There was another video where they were actually beaten. Oh yeah, in Berlin, it seems the police have finally had enough. The violent expat Nazis who never tire of crying police brutality are now getting acquainted with another side of German law and order. Long overdue. Here is another, probably from the same night. This is a police officer. he's had enough.
Nummer.
What was I supposed to do? He looked at me.
This is why I love German police, and I don't love British police at all. British police is kind of a joke. But German police.
This is how British police treat someone if you like pray 100 yards away from an abortion clinic or something like that. That's how British police would be treating you.
Yeah.
Or if you post some criticism of Islamic pedophilia on Facebook or something, and they'd come after you like this.
They're trying to arrest people. German police also made a so Germany actually made it law because of these protests, because of the pro-Palestine protests over the last years. They I'm not sure if it's just the city of Berlin that introduced new rules for protests, or if it's the Federation of Germany altogether. But they have introduced several rules, such as that at protests you can no longer shout slogans in a different language. Because before that, they were shouting regular, innocent slogans in English, then shouting "Khaybar, Khaybar, ya Yahud" in Arabic. So the police caught on to that, and the city caught on to that, and they started introducing new rules, saying, "Hey, from now on, if you chant in a different language at a protest, we will shut your protest down, and we will confiscate your stuff, and we will arrest you. You will only chant in English, in German. That's it. Not in Arabic, not in some other language, only in German. That's what you will do. If you use a different language, we will shut down your protest, and we will take you to our place, and we will talk to you a little bit, and you will be in big trouble." Things like these have been introduced in Germany. Don't mess with Germans, man.
Keep warning you. You're gonna get a serious bloodbath, and they're gonna be like, "What happened?" And I'm gonna be like, "I freaking told you not to mess with those dudes."
This is today in Berlin. So this is directly one of the most recognizable, more important places in Berlin. Germany is based. Very based. Here's what I'm not sure what she said, but I want to watch this just because it's her. What?
No. Oh, I was telling you, Hatun just sent me a relevant clip on Twitter, short clip. Anyway, I put that in the private chat, link to short video that's related to this topic.
I can't share it with the public.
What's that?
If it's in the private chat, then I can't share it with the public.
You can click on it.
Oh, okay.
Hey, let's see what Valentina says.
Valentina. If Israel falls to jihad, it's only a matter of time until we all do. I will end Islam in Texas once and for all. The October 7th and 9/11 attacks will look like dress rehearsals if jihadist terrorists take over. This is Americans against jihad.
Americans against jihad.
If Israel falls to jihad, it's only a matter of time until we all do, because these terrorist Muslims don't want peace. They want to kill and behead anyone who believes in scriptures other than the Quran. The Jews are the first to go, then the Christians, the Hindus, and the rest of the infidels. And let's be honest, if they had access to nuclear weapons, they would have nuked us a long time ago. But since they're only good at marrying little girls and goats, they have to parachute their way.
She said, since they're only good at marrying little girls and goats. Oh boy. You gotta back that. You gotta back that up, man.
Oh my God. Okay, I gotta go back. Wait a second.
And let's be honest, if they had access to nuclear weapons, they would have nuked us a long time ago. But since they're only good at marrying little girls and goats, they had to parachute their way into Israel exactly 2 years ago, just so they could kill, rape, and kidnap Jewish people and even babies. I cannot wait to get into Congress and bomb every terrorist on earth. This is American against jihad.
I cannot wait to get into Congress and bomb every terrorist on earth.
Man. The funny thing is, I was wondering how she is in person, and then I met her, and she's so cool, you know. She's just like extremely kind and nice and talkative. It's very funny. Very, very nice. Yeah,
it was fun. It was funny because I mean, I already told you the video after the after that trans shooting at that Catholic school. But just seeing how she always starts off her videos about Islam, I was like, I bet whatever this video is, it's going to have the most over-the-top opening line ever on this issue. And I had no clue what you would say about trans and stuff, like the trans issues. And anyway, I clicked on it. I was like, all right, where's she going with this? And her opening line was, if they can't groom your children, they'll kill them. These pedophiles hiding under their LGBTQ flag. And just instantly she's always at 10, man. She always has it dialed up to 10 every video.
And she knows how to get the attention of the people who click on the video. Let me take this video quickly, and then I will read some more super chats. So what is this? Muhammad was a proud trans lesbian. We need trans women to run Gaza. What?
He's talking to someone at the this is in New York, right? Yeah.
So,
yeah,
you've got your sign again. I found you again. Just show the camera, please. Show our viewers back in Bristol. What does it say?
It says that Muhammad was a proud trans woman. I didn't get to put proud trans lesbian, but trans lesbian.
What are you talking about? What do you mean Muhammad was trans?
Prophet Muhammad was the first trans woman. She was a beautiful trans lesbian.
According to what?
According to the Quran.
Okay, and you're with the pro-Palestine lot, are you?
Yes, I am very pro-Palestine. I will not stop fighting until 50% of Gaza's government is trans women.
What do you think would happen to you if you went into Gaza holding that sign?
I don't know, but we need to keep fighting.
I can tell you.
We need trans women to be ruling Gaza.
You'd be thrown off a building, probably.
We need trans women to be in charge of Gaza.
All right, okay, thank you for that bizarre explanation. And he's from the pro-Palestine lot, so it just goes to show the level of, I don't know, intellect and competence. As I said to that guy, if he went into Gaza holding that sign,
he was probably trolling, man. He didn't get it.
Well, I don't know, but you've got all those queers for Palestine and stuff like this. They probably believe some of this stuff, so you can't even tell at this point who's trolling and who's just insane.
It's funny. It's funny. Lefty Dawa Troll says, API had a nightmare that David became the most wanted wingling at a Jedi Alliance club. Oh, hi, David.
Yeah, I would normally say, well, who cares what you dreamed, but we've learned from Candace that you have to follow your dreams.
But the bad news is that it wasn't a dream. Lefty Dawa Troll. Ida Ragozin says, it's not 2 Davids, but it's 30 Davids. By the way, David's camera is a little blurry. It was, yes. Matthew Moore, I told you I would join the cult. Great one. I'm welcome to the cult. Mel, welcome to the cult. Ash Mays imprisoned 5 members to the cult of Apostate Prophet memberships. Thank you so much, and thank you for your sacrifice. Asa, love you, boys. We love you too, Asa. Thank you. Deborah Leonelli says, the amount of anti-Semitism is way worse than people think. I'm just curious as to what you guys think the end of the road is for this anti-Semitism. That reminds me of one of the things that I saved here, which actually comes from the very same guy who accused his accusers of misrepresenting him, Mo Khan here. He posted, Jews are 100 times more evil than the Nazis ever were. 22,000 likes. I saw another post by somebody else along in that same circle saying Jews don't deserve a homeland, or Jews don't deserve a state, or something like that. Thousands of likes. The thing is, this is the core of the pro-Palestine movement. This is the core of Palestinianism, and those who support it are simply supporting exactly this, just under the disguise of standing up for the oppressed. What's the end of it? I don't know. It's very difficult to tell. If I was a prophet, I would give you a prophecy right now, but I can't.
It's literally in your name, dude.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot. So the end of it is that they will lose. That's it. Okay. D, what's up, D? I started the celebrations yesterday. This morning, I started seeing the celebrations yesterday. This morning,
she started celebrating.
I was a bit confused by myself as I was reading it, and then I realized, okay, I probably did something wrong here. This morning, besides all the campus advertisements, I saw the Philly public school teachers advertising their party. It's been a tough day. Can you imagine if on the anniversary of 9/11, a bunch of people were going around celebrating 9/11? Celebrating the resistance of Al-Qaeda. This is basically like that. Scum of the earth.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? I mean, the day the attacks were occurring and afterwards, you had all these people celebrating online and so on. Then it emerged all the stuff that had happened. And then, like, every guest on Piers Morgan would have to condemn what happened and so on. Do you condemn? Do you condemn? Oh, hang on. Do you condemn what happened? No, hang on. Do you condemn it? And everyone would have to condemn it and so on. But you had to think, okay, I think some of these people are just pretending. And then here we are 2 years later, they're celebrating it openly with no problems.
They are. They is. Ida Rogozin, what's up, Ida? Did you watch Tuesday's coverage of it today in London? Insanity, just plain insanity. I haven't seen it, no.
You should check it out, man.
I should check it out. Delta, all hem to Allah. Indeed, all the hem should go to him. Timothy Freeman, blessed feast of Our Lady of the Rosary Boars, commemorating when Christendom outlooted the Ottomans at the Battle of Lepanto. Stay safe, brothers. Stay safe indeed. Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay safe indeed. I didn't really watch this. I think this is also about the dream. Let me see quickly.
That sounds like it's the dream.
I similarly, like I just said, had a vivid dream this weekend, and Charlie came to me and he told me that he was betrayed. And so for me, you don't have to believe that, but I do believe that. And it was the immediate sense I got, actually. And I don't know who exactly it is that betrayed him, but I also felt in the dream that it is soon going to be revealed, that it's actually inevitable that it is going to be revealed, that there is nothing and no one that is going to stop the truth from coming out, and it is going to have international consequences. Take that to the bank. Quote me on that.
So I'm not sure how this
is.
It
is. Yeah. It is going to have huge consequences, but not because you've solved the case, but just because you have millions of nuts following you, your idiotic ramblings.
Yeah.
She's going to do a huge amount of damage with this too. Charlie Kirk and his legacy and his organization and so on.
I'm not sure what kind of priest she talks to. She sometimes mentions that she goes to confession.
She needs to talk to an exorcist.
But the thing is, I'm not sure how it works in the Catholic Church, but I'm pretty sure without knowing it exactly, that in the Catholic Church, the advice would be quite similar. That even if you have a dream that you feel religiously is a message to you and that you're very inspired by, you shouldn't just run with it and draw your own conclusions from it, because that can be very dangerous. And you shouldn't just assume that whatever dream you have is an absolutely true message to you, because that leads to delusion, I'm pretty sure that this would be the position in the Catholic Church as well. I know this is the position in the Orthodox Church.
No.
I'm pretty sure that's also what it would be in the Catholic Church. So I'm really wondering if she talks to anybody about this kind of stuff, or if she just thinks, oh yeah, I had a dream about this and therefore I know it's true.
I went to my priest and I told him my dream, and my priest said, follow your dreams, Candace. You always have to follow your dreams. She had a vivid dream, vivid dream. I used to have lucid dreams when I was a kid. You ever do that when you were young?
Yes. That happens mostly when you're younger. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like third, fourth, fifth grade. I would realize I was dreaming, and then I could do all sorts of cool stuff.
I loved that stuff, man. I tried having those when I got older, but it doesn't happen anymore.
I think you can train yourself in certain ways to realize you're dreaming and stuff like that, but I've never done any of that. I just remember it was cool when I was a kid. That'd be awesome, man. All of a sudden, wait a minute, I'm dreaming. I can do whatever I want.
There are actually some tricks to train and to do that. I looked those up at some point, but then I thought, I'm not going to do that, man. So, Mo the Goat, am I the only one that bothered by the fact that most of these pro-Hamas Free Palestinians are Muslim that invaded countries that are not theirs? Yet they say people that live on land that is not theirs should be genocided and celebrate that. Unfortunately, that is true. It is Muslims and those who are fooled by Muslims. And of course, you also have some on the right that do that kind of stuff, but those are just mentally deficient people usually. So
yeah, it is. I mean, it's something we all see, but it needs to be pointed out more and more. I mean, the exact same people who say we're here and we're going to take over your government, and we're gonna impose Sharia and we're going to take over your country, are the same people saying, look, the Jews kept moving into this place until they took it over. That's the most evil thing in the universe. Like, what? You're accusing the Jews of doing exactly what you guys have done over and over and over again since Islam started, and that you're trying to do in countries around the world right now, and you're saying they did that, and it shows that they're evil.
This is from Australia. The same people that call common sense Aussies Nazis chant, where's the Jews in Sydney and celebrate a massacre. When did Australia accept this as normal? Let's see.
Jews! Where's the Jews? Where's the Jews? Where's the Jews? Where's the Jews?
I can tell you where the Jews are. Here. The Jews came. These guys also asked, where are the Jews? Now they look like this. It's kind of wild to me, man. Like, these same people go like, oh, that genocide, genocide, genocide. And then they're like, yeah, freaking Jews. Jews.
That's right. Let them come out here so we can kill them.
I posted this. I didn't think that this was in very good taste, but I posted it nevertheless in response to Daniel Kikichu. He's another case of a Muslim popularly loving and celebrating October 7th. On October 6th, what he posted is, post your best October 7th memes. Of course, inviting people to... I realized, by the way, that he follows me now. What the hell, man? Why am I being followed by the most prominent pedophilia advocate?
Best buddies in the world. Daniel Hakikachu and Apostate Prophet. Now, anything Daniel says, we can say this guy's a follower of AP.
It's so funny to me because there was a time many years ago where he was like, you're irrelevant. You're irrelevant. I don't even care about you. You're so irrelevant. Why are you talking to me? You're so irrelevant. Now he's following me and quote tweeting me occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't want to. In fact, I was offered to have a debate with him, and I said I'm not interested. That's where.
No, seriously, no one should be interested in debating him anymore. After that stunt he pulled. Yeah. Like, hey, let's agree to debate this topic, and then he doesn't touch the topic, just talks about whatever he wants. No one.
There was a time where I really wanted to have a debate.
Anyone can cancel. Anyone can cancel with him at any point.
There was a time when I really wanted to debate him, and I did. That was 2 years ago, or a year ago.
That's when you schooled him, right?
Yeah, about the Israel-Palestine thing. Since then, I have said consistently that I have zero interest in debating this scumbag. Now he follows me.
Like a dog.
So I thought...
Daniel knows who the true alphas are.
I thought he might like this, so I hope he likes it. And you can see here, when I first clicked on this, I saw a bunch of Muslims celebrating October 7. He also, this is what he posted. He posted this in the aftermath of October 7, when this hostage, I forgot her name, something with sh. When she was released, Daniel Kikachu posted this image with a fake caption,
which people have been running with since then because they think it was a real caption.
Yes. Most of his followers actually think this is real.
Mm-hmm.
Most of those who share it think this is real. And he knows that most of them think that this is real. But he shares it anyway. Because
I finally caught on, like, because I hadn't, apart from let me put it this way. When Daniel is talking about Islam and acknowledging that it promotes pedophilia and all these things, you think, oh, here's an honest guy. And so I was always wondering, like, why do his fellow Muslims say that he's the biggest liar they've ever come across? And they say they're more than the people who hate them, more than the people who spend every waking moment blasting away at Islam. They say Daniel's the biggest liar they've ever encountered. And then I finally saw it. I finally saw it when I was debating him. And I was like, this would be like me saying that every Muslim is an ISIS terrorist. He goes, that's exactly what you say. Where do I say that? Where have I ever said anything like that? But he'll just make it up. And then he's saying, and David makes fun of starving Palestinian children. Where did I say that? So the dude just makes stuff up left and right. Evil, evil, evil. So yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's a chronic liar. But that's dawah.
Real Life Wire said, I don't know what you're doing wrong, AP. Since you have clown community, this means something else. Like Kikachu is this following you. Yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, if I was a little child, I would understand why he's following me, because he wants to rape me or something. But I'm not sure why he's following me right now. So I like cat videos, and this is a good cat video. Cats are funny, man.
Genocide. Hey, I made a similar video of that a long time ago from a movie called The Christmas Story, and everyone flipped out about it. But in A Christmas Story, there's Ralphie, and then he gets bullied. There's the local bully. I forget what his name is, but the local bully's always bullying him and stuff, and then he eventually gets too ticked off and fights back. And yeah, I did the same thing with clips.
That's fun.
But it is funny with the cats. Genocide.
Here you have it. Attack Israel, lose. Israel gets bigger. Inshallah, this time we will win. So, always the same.
Watermelon brain.
How it started, how it's going. And they were celebrating the genocide. What the hell up, man? Anyway, when I first clicked on this, it was full of Muslims just making fun or making light of it and celebrating October 7. And then after I quote tweeted it, people on Israel's side started taking over and mocking him in the comments.
How'd you like that, Daniel?
I like that, bro.
Huh?
I like that, boy.
I like them memes.
I like those memes, boy. This was a very funny incident. Myron Gaines actually said, which Zionist you guys want to see me debate next? Drop the names below, but no randoms or small creators. Now, for all those who don't who remember the context, I actually went up to him in person and challenged him to a debate after he previously agreed to debate me, but then got silent. And he started yelling at me and cussing at me. So when I saw this, I quote tweeted him and said, "Debate me, coward." by which I ratioed him, by the way, which is very funny. And then after I posted this, people in the comments started debate Apostate Prophet. I didn't say try me. Roseanne Barr suggested Tal, the traveling clad, who is a very, very nice guy. I like that guy. Roseanne Barr follows me nowadays. This is very cool.
Beast.
And people started telling him to debate me, but of course nothing came out of it because he's scared. He's a little weakling. You weakling. You're weakling.
How about you get to your knees?
All right. Let's read some more super chats here. Sandman, the slaughter of Banu Qurayza was proto-October 7th. Kind of. I would say that the massacres of the other Jewish tribes were even worse. Also, say Abu Gulu, hello AP, remember your friend David Hundain from Nigeria. You had one live section with him over a year ago. He has gone Candace Owens on Israel too. He basically blames the Jews for everything. I noticed that. I came across his profile and I saw that he was spotting some really dumb stuff about Israel, so I unfollowed him. I noticed that as well. Not sure what's wrong with him. I don't know. Matthew Moore, bring back Wild West style justice for this. Inshallah. AP, I sent you something positive on X. You did? Who sent you something positive on X? I'm here for all the bad stuff. I'm only here for the bad stuff. October 7th, stand for Israel outside the Parliament House, Queensland, Australia. My two granddaughters, Paris and Diamond, are in this haka. Proud grandfather and proud to stand. Oh, they're doing a little thing for Israel. Let me quickly check that out. Hang on.
I just shared that tweet about the guy who's saying he wants half trans leadership, and Muhammad was trans. I said the men of Al Zut approved this message. Powerful.
I normally find these hakas very cringeworthy, but
It kind of depends. Sometimes I watch them, I'm like, whoa, base. And other times I'm like, you get too many dorks trying to do it. Doesn't work.
I mean, it would be impressive if we were still in the 1700s or 1800s or something. Yeah. Beast.
Yeah, that was on the dude had a cool voice and had a bunch of strong dudes. Yeah, it just doesn't work with the blonde-haired girls standing around. I get wanting to be involved, but it doesn't fit the awesomeness of the screaming. And
it's not the blonde hair, man. It's just the noises and the facial expressions. I don't know. Don't want to show anything graphic. So just showing something graphic or just explaining something graphic. This is one of the people whose relatives were murdered. There's a lot of bad stuff. Anyway, I'll just watch this one clip by Israel, and that's it.
1,200 killed in October 7th. 1,200 killed in Israel. 46 Americans. 250 taken hostage.
What happened here is a large-scale invasion. They entered Israel to kill anyone that they can.
Just shooting everyone like in a duck range.
We come back to the car, and there's 2 baby seats with hundreds of bullets.
And then she texted me, "I love you, you're everything." And she stopped answering.
In my kibbutz, we had a baby 9 months old that they murdered.
Hamas murdered my sister. When I buried her, I buried a part of myself.
I think Hamas would do it again. Raping women, beheading babies, killing innocent people.
As long as Hamas is over there, we're not going to have peace no matter what we're going to do.
They actually recorded this video where a hostage whom they abducted, whom they kidnapped from the music festival, they are starving him brutally. Nobody in Gaza, unless they have a serious health condition, looks like this. Only the hostage here looks like this, who was deliberately starved, and then recorded on video by Hamas digging his own grave.
And
he wants sympathy.
And looks a lot like photos of the Holocaust.
Yes. And these people who do this kind of stuff want sympathy.
And yeah, and they're the heroes of college students everywhere.
I have zero to give them.
Let's stand for freedom, not terror.
You can scan this code and you can go, and it will lead you to a very graphic website that shows everything that happened on October 7th. I would not recommend. Bashi, hi guys, UK mosque fire attack was done by a Muslim.
Which one? UK mosque fire attack.
I'm not
mosque
sure.
Fire in England probed as possible arson hate crime. Man charged.
What's the man? Who's the man? What's his name? What's his name?
What's his name? What's his name?
What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? I can't deny or confirm this.
It says British-born Asian man. So what do you mean by Asian? You mean Chinese? Japanese?
There's a China man burning a mosque.
Korean? Is it Thai? Is it Filipino? What do you mean by Asian?
Earlier that day, he was serving in a Chinese restaurant and offering people food, and then he went over to burn the mosque.
Nope. He stopped by his kung fu school, practices kung fu.
Yes.
Then did his mosque attack. He's Asian.
Yeah. Now I'm really curious as to who and what this attacker is. Actually,
yeah. We're concerned. We're concerned about this Chinese guy.
Freaking Asians. Man charged over attempted arson at mosque. British-born Asian man. Huh. This is very funny. What kind of Asian, I wonder. This is very interesting. The plot thickens. The plot thickens. The plot is thickening. Anyway, let's continue. Smile to Jahannam. What's up, Smile to Jahannam? I taught my cats to wake me up for your live streams. Also, FCK, Hamas, and their supporters. Love you both. Love you too. Thank you. Servite Meat says, childhood is playing with Lego bricks. Adulthood is listening to a Turk and psychopath talk about terrorism. This is true. Very, very true. Lazy Prodigy, Deus Vult. Prayers to the martyrs of Christendom. Christians are dying by the hands of Muslims. I stand with Israel. All hail Christendom. Alhamdulillah. The abolitionist. Trump's plan says that the people of Gaza have suffered enough. I disagree. The Japanese and German people needed more to break their mindset. The Gazans are not there yet. Brad Piff made a super chat. Thank you. Margot Wixton says, or Allah is a mouse. That's the actual meaning, yes. Allah Akbar. Matt Tardio has a video he created right after seeing all the footage in Israel a few weeks back. He really bore witness not having to, sat even worse than ISIS horrors he saw as a soldier. Matt Tardio. I'll check it out. Matthew Moore says, Cult Master, may we get all Zut and A, it was the Jew stickers. Backflips out of sight. Yes, I will. The abolitionist says, based upon his character, Allah is obviously not God. My theory is that he is the other guy. Prove me wrong. Nobody can prove you wrong. Disobey says, Kenneth and Tucker are Charlie's Judas. How they got paid more than 30 silver pieces. Yes. Daphne Isabel Lee says, AP David, could you direct me to sources refuting the lies on the flotilla issue? My country is pro-Palestine. I can't see anything against the matter, and I want to show my fam the lies that were told. Which lies do you want to debunk? What lies do you want it about? I wonder if anyone that I know of actually made a comprehensive video about this.
I haven't seen this in any official news site, but people are reporting based on some court document that the person behind the arson attack on a mosque is 43-year-old Arif Ali Rafiq.
That's a Muslim name.
No, that's the name of a notorious right-wing Islamophobe.
What did you say? What did you say his name is? Ali? No, or what? Arif?
Arif Ali Rafiq. I searched for it on regular news, didn't find anything, but that's what's being said on X.
When I Google the name Arif Ali Rafiq, what I get immediately is, wait a minute, Northants Police UK. Are you freaking kidding me?
What?
Here it is.
What?
Police.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Northamptonshire Police. Man 43 charged with attempted arson. A 43-year-old man has been charged in connection with an attempted arson at the mosque in Headlands, Kettering. Arif Ali Rafiq, a British-born Asian man of Harleston.
Hold on. That's not a Chinese name.
Is this the mosque that that everybody was complaining about just the other day?
I'm just saying the name should have been like Da Peng Wong or something like that, and it's Arif Ali Rafiq. Man, what's going on?
He has been charged with attempted arson with intent to endanger life. The charge relates to an incident on the afternoon of Sunday, October 5, when an attempt was made to set fire to the front door of the mosque. Rafiq will appear at Northants Magistrates Court this morning, October 7. Wow, man. Wow, man. Wow, man. There you go. Got to post about this later. At this point, says Real Life Wire, I am convinced Candace is trying to be a modern day prophet and taking pot shots at prophecies gambling. She'll be right somewhere. Crazy. She is crazy. Ida Rogozin, so is CEO the new MO. Yes, Candace Owens is the new Muhammad. That is it. Indeed. Oryx 95. We need now is for her husband and maybe Tucker Carlson to validate it was Charlie. Then we'll have no choice but to believe her. This is true. Exactly.
And I also had a dream that Charlie Kirk was attacking me in my sleep and he scratched me. So I can verify that Charlie is appearing to all of us. And as Charlie Kirk was scratching me, he said, "I am the devil pretending to be Charlie Kirk. You will obey me, Tucker." So we got to do what he says.
New person in custody deal. YouTube needs to be 1-for-1. Why Israel continues to take a huge L on this does not sit well with me. Because Israel values the lives of their own people, and Hamas doesn't value the lives of anybody. Sash, was the date of the message confirmed? I'm not sure, but it was actually. We can check out what's Andrew Colvett's message. I don't want to derail and get too much into it, but so he confirmed the messages, but he also pointed out that that it was simply a moment of Charlie venting about things. That's what he said.
Yeah, I'm just imagining if I got killed at some point and then someone started sharing my messages. I'd be like, "Look, David said this place annoyed him, so he's going to burn it to the ground." It's like, yeah, that's how I talk. When someone annoys me and I'm posting text messages, "So I will burn this place to the ground." I'll say that. And so imagine someone shares it right after I've been killed. David says he would burn this restaurant to the ground because they did this. Oh my goodness, they must be behind his killing because they found out he was going to burn this place to the ground.
I can confirm that's how David talks when he's slightly annoyed by something.
Yeah, so if I'm ever killed, AP, you know what to do. Share a couple of my text messages and you can start all sorts of conspiracy theories real quick like.
Yeah.
You can in fact you will be able to blame anyone who has ever annoyed me because you can find a message where I'm saying something about them, and then they'll be responsible somehow.
In fact, I remember the moment where we went to a store as we were driving, and we went into a gas station to look for a little cable, and it wasn't there. And I was like, "Did you find it?" And David was like, "No, gonna burn this place to the ground."
See. See, they found out about it. Anyway, guys, people react in certain ways. And then if you're like, oh, let's take this super, super duper seriously and build our theory around this.
So here, let's quickly do that, all right? Let's quickly look at this.
What he said publicly, I want to really emphasize that people will use screen grabs of things to suggest there was distance between what Charlie personally believed and what he said publicly. I really don't think there was. I think anything you can see in a screenshot from any group chat is also what Charlie was saying publicly. Charlie would say publicly, I am frustrated by what pro-Israel people in the U.S. do to pressure people. I am frustrated.
Well, he thought it was counterproductive. He actually thought it was making the problem
worse. It was counterproductive for the issue at large, and it was personally hurtful to him because he faced attacks that he thought were unjustified and and were hurtful to him because they were people he considered friends and allies. And he cared a lot about that because Charlie, as I've always said, Charlie was a person who cared. He was a good person. He cared about the good of America. He cared about the good of the world. He cared about the good of American Jews. He cared about the good of Christians. And he saw that the Israel issue was important to all of those things. And he wanted to have a healthy way forward in that relationship. That is why he did the panel at Student Action Summit. That's why he would talk about this so much. He was trying to chart a good way forward in that. And he met opposition and obstacles that frustrated him. I saw it all the time. I talked to him about it all the time. I talked to him at length. How should we word things? Because this is something we have to be careful on and we have to be precise on.
Yeah.
And that's how it was. That's how he seriously took the issue.
These chats, by the way, like it was a place for him to feel like he could vent, right? And so anyways, I think we've hit all the points now. We're gonna bring in Halprin.
Do you know what the very funny thing about this is? The message initially got out not because somebody got access to it and then was like, oh, I have to expose this. The message was actually put out by none other than the guy here whom you are seeing on your screen, Andrew Calvet. He is the one who actually took the screenshot of this because of the ongoing investigation as soon as Charlie Kirk was murdered, of having any last communications, any disagreements, anything directly forwarded to the authorities for further investigation and so on. That included one of the last messages, one of the last things that he sent, one of the last disagreements that he had, one of the least things that he vented about and so on. So the chat was forwarded to the police to take everything into consideration. After which they concluded, okay, this is of no significance at all. That's it. So it wasn't. So first off, the Turning Point USA guys themselves clearly cared about the investigation and fully collaborated and cooperated with the police. Secondly, this is not some big secret that somebody got access to and then shared with the world. It was the same people that Charlie Kirk trusted who put this out and said, hey, here's another thing. This is just how Charlie talked and so on.
But that's not going to matter to the Candace crowd. They're in serious trouble now. Now they have millions of conspiracy nuts with text messages where Charlie's talking to friends and he knows he can talk as he talks around friends. And it's going to be, no, Charlie was clearly planning on doing a world tour with Candace Owens. And that's why he was killed by Turning Point and Israel.
So the thing is, in those messages, what he immediately says after a Jewish donor just gave up his donation of $2 million, and he's kind of angry and frustrated about this, he says, I'm going to invite Candace.
Mm-hmm.
This is the evidence why Candace Owens now claims
he did love me.
that Charlie Kirk was going to invite her and go on tour with her and do all these things with her. This is the evidence. A random message where Charlie expresses his frustration and says, "You know what? I'm going to invite Candace now."
Yeah, yeah. In a text that is that is meant to be, oh, if you guys want to push me, I'll do the most unhinged thing ever. I'll get Candace.
Yeah,
that'll teach you not to push me around. And that's, oh, Charlie decided that he was going to be partners with me and we're going to tour the world together speaking on behalf of Turning Point, but Turning Point didn't want to go that way, so they killed him with the help of Israel and the FBI.
Right. He was asked, I think this may be what you were about to say, Blake. He was asked about Candace before in public, and he would always say, listen, we're friends. He would never say an ill word about her. And if people, tried to force him to do that about Tucker or whatever, he would always be defiant because he didn't want to be morally blackmailed.
Exactly. Charlie was loyal to people who had ever been friends to him, whether it was very old donors or just people who had worked with Turning Point. And as long as they were not attacking him, he would not air any dirty laundry or, frankly, any disagreements he had with people. He did disagree with Candace on the Israel issue. He disagreed with Tucker on the Israel issue. But he also recognized Tucker had positions they agreed on. Tucker was a useful voice in the conservative movement on many things. And so he invited him to events, and they were popular events. And so he would react. Sometimes people would just say, yeah, don't invite him or we're going to, cut off some large donation. And that would make him angry. He would say this, as you say, this is moral blackmail. And he's this Scottish guy. He's combative. His reaction to that is, the classic, screw me, no, screw you, that sort of thing.
Exactly what David just described.
Yeah, and I didn't see any of this. I can just tell that's how he reacts to stuff.
Yeah.
That's his personality type. That makes perfect sense. What doesn't make sense is 2 days before he died, he decided to do the opposite of everything he's been doing for years. And then he was killed for it by his own organization.
I said it too in a post just a few weeks ago. I said that I do not agree with those people who say that that Turning Point USA absolutely has an obligation to drop Tucker Carlson. I don't agree with it, because that's not what the organization is about, right?
Yeah.
And people can disagree with me on that. People can say, no, why would you say that? I get it. I understand. But I think that when Charlie Kirk started Turning Point USA, he started it with a very clear mission of platforming people based on certain fundamental values that people share, such as, conservatism, faith. I know that I'm for some reason blurred on the stream right now. I know, but I have no idea why.
No one cares.
So
we can hear you.
I see people are pointing this out, but I don't care. So
BP, you're blurry. Why don't you stop and fix it, even though it's going to fix itself in a few seconds?
So he started the organization as a platform where people have fundamental values that they share. And aside from those fundamental values, they also have certain other thoughts that they can share when they are there, which might be controversial, where person one might strongly disagree with person two, but they share fundamental values. I mean, I share a lot of values with Tucker Carlson, right? David probably shares a lot of values with Tucker Carlson. That said, I still think that the guy is a complete nut job and that he really needs to stop talking. But I wouldn't want to say Turning Point USA has an obligation to drop him. Yep. I would say he needs to be corrected, and he needs to be fact checked and corrected. I wouldn't say he needs to be dropped.
Yeah. If I were, so I had no connection to Turning Point and was in no position to give any advice on anything. But if I were speaking with Turning Point and doing stuff with them, my advice would have been, because I'm always thinking in the future. I'm always thinking 5 or 10 years down the road. And I think in terms of trajectories. And I think, okay, here's how Tucker was. Here's how Tucker was 5 years ago. Here's how he is now. Where's he going to be 5 years from now? Oh, this is going to be really, really bad. You need to part ways with him right now. With that said, that would have been my advice. And no one would have been obligated in my mind to go along with what I say. And I would have been, my attitude would have been, okay, you don't want to listen to me. Don't listen to me. You're going to find out. You're going to find out 5 years from now. And they're going to say like, oh crap, what a disaster.
Big time. I'm quickly going to post this here.
What?
The mosque attacker is a Muslim.
You don't know that.
I don't care. If he walks as a Muslim and talks like a Muslim, then it's a Muslim. MT, this whole thing has made me realize I'm truly politically homeless. The donor letter she read was from a QAnon guy. Retards. America is doomed. Interesting. Apostate Tree says, why do I still look freaking blurred, man? What is this? Well, I'm going to kick myself out and come back in.
Yeah. Why do you keep doing the same thing over and over again to fix it and it doesn't fix it? Like, why would you think, oh, I just tried this and it didn't work. Let me try it again five more times.
It made it actually worse. Huh. That's weird. AP, you're the Jews. A retard voice always cracks me up and is the highlight of my day. The Jews. It's the Jews. MT, there's some irony to that. You take away your donation, I'll punish you with Candace. She's literally punishment. In a word of Candace's being Erica.
That is correct. It was, I will teach you guys a lesson for trying to control what I'm going to do. I will punish you by getting Candace. And this is how he jokes about punishing people around his friends. I'll get Candace. And she's like, oh my goodness, you see, he was really in love with me. He should have married me. Hey, welcome to the D Wood Show, everyone. Let's check out some of these super chats here on the D Wood Show. This is the No Turk Zone. Welcome to the No Turk Zone, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, boy, you ruined it. At least you're clear. At least you're clear, but now we can see the Turk in you.
Am I clear now?
Perfectly clear.
Fantastic. All right. It's a very sad and awful day, says Ida, but it is a holiday here today. So to all Jewish people, Chag Sameach and Am Yisrael Chai. Wonderful. I agree with you entirely. Brad Piff says, what do y'all think about the Israeli Foreign Ministry paying the organization Show Faith by Works to geolocate Christians going to churches in CO and AZ revealed in a FARA contract? Really? What do I think about that? Let's see. Is this a fact? Israeli Foreign Ministry churches in Colorado and Arizona. Wait, what? A campaign to bolster support among Christians?
Yeah, as of October 2025, the Israeli Foreign Ministry has contracted the newly formed American firm Show Faith by Works to run a public relations and marketing campaign targeting Christians in the Western United States. The contract is part of a larger expanded public diplomacy budget for 2025. This started in when? October? Okay. Purpose. The contract is for pro-Israel outreach and marketing to Christians in the Western United States, including churches and Christian colleges and Christian organizations. Funding. Show Faith by Works expects to receive $3.25 million over 5 months with a potential additional budget of $835,000 for expansion, an initial payment of how come everyone's getting paid except us, apparently?
What the hell, man?
Campaign methods. The initiative run by prominent Christian conservative. Okay, so it's run by Christian. The initiative run by prominent Christian conservative activist Chad Schnittger. Got to change that name, man, because your name sucks. Is designed to reach churchgoers with digital ads that are pro-Israel and anti-Palestinian. The campaign is reportedly a geofencing campaign and will involve a mobile October 7th experience exhibit. Oh, they're trying to show people they're making an exhibit about the October 7th attacks.
So the funny thing is, in your super chat, it sounded significantly worse than what it actually is. So It is a campaign to work together with an organization in the U.S. in order to reach Christians, specifically of the evangelical type, and to inform them further about pro-Israel points and about October 7 and all that. I don't have a problem with it. Why would I? I support it.
Yeah. So so hang on. So basically, this is along the lines of what Charlie Kirk was telling people. You guys need to be doing more PR wise. Isn't it interesting? You get Charlie saying you guys are doing a crap job with PR and you need to focus more on it and responding to stuff. And then, but when they do it, it's look, Israel's trying to do something evil and nefarious because they're trying to show that they're right.
Yeah, what they're trying to do is actually it's a more advanced form of how advertising works, which is where you pick a location and then you estimate the number of people in that location that you can reach with your advertisement. So they locate the numbers of congregations in certain fields in certain locations, and then target their advertisement or target their message specifically at certain locations that will reach lots of people in order to then inform them about what Israel is doing, what happened on October 7, and so on. And I think that's a good investment. I mean, if I was Israel, I would be doing that too. Yeah. MT says you don't get it. If Charlie didn't agree with the paranoid schizophrenic in life, he must in death. So he has to be a Catholic who hates Jews like her. That's very funny. The one thing that worries me about all of this is that Catholics get a bad reputation or a bad name because of this whole Candace Owens thing sometimes, especially those who don't know. Catholics are usually not anti-Semitic. It is some...
Oh, yeah. Eastern Orthodox aren't anti-Semitic either, right, AP?
Oh, they are very often are. But Catholics are less anti-Semitic, and usually only the hyper-traditionalist ones among the Catholics will be anti-Semitic. Candace Owens is an exception to the rule.
Well, then how do you explain the fact that Candace is a notorious anti-Semite, and then Charlie Kirk simultaneously, coincidentally, right when he's about to convert to Catholicism, he suddenly becomes super anti-Israel and wants to destroy the place? Come on, AP. You think that's a coincidence?
Yes, which is very funny because on the day that Charlie Kirk was killed, he said, "I'm an evangelical."
Yeah, that day. What was he going to be the next day? What?
He also said it to me in the discussion. You know, he said, "Yeah." He expressed how. I mean, I shared this.
Did you have a dream about him? Who are we supposed to listen to? You
he came to me.
Who were talking to him.
Dream,
you who were talking to him, or Candace Owens and her dreams.
He told me in a dream that he wants to be an Orthodox Christian. So I know it's true. I know it's true.
Hey, can I go ahead? Because I was just like, how come no one pays us? But I'm sitting here looking, and you have a bunch of super chats. So there are people who acknowledge the value of AP's work and contribute accordingly in the super chats.
Yeah. Yeah, be like Israel, guys, and pay me money. So, let's see. I shared this before because people come with these whole things. He was interested in Catholicism. He was about to convert to Catholicism. He was interested in Orthodox Christianity. He was about to convert. No, he wasn't.
And then I had a dream.
I said, Charlie Kirk told me that what he loved about Orthodox Christianity, that doesn't mean he was going to convert. He simply understood and appreciated something beautiful. He clearly pointed out that he is evangelical. There is no need to rewrite Charlie. He was great the way he was.
Hey, imagine you just posted a little clip of him saying nice things about Eastern Orthodoxy, and then you're like, but I had a dream that Charlie appeared to me and he said, the only people allowed in heaven are the Eastern Orthodox.
They'll be based. They'll be based.
Eastern Orthodox is a beautiful faith. I'm evangelical, but I love, and correct me if I'm wrong, in Orthodox, you're very faith. I'm evangelical, but I love, and correct me if I'm wrong, in Orthodox, you're very careful. You're more clear about what God is not. than what God is. And is that correct?
Precisely.
It's like we're not going to.
I was actually very surprised when I was
negative theology. Shame on you guys.
When I was in this conversation, and this is the one thing that he pointed out about Eastern Orthodoxy. I was actually quite surprised because I don't know. I found out about how this is core Orthodox theology when I started going to an Orthodox church. But I see that most people don't really know this. But he knows it, and he knows that this is a very important thing. And I was kind of surprised by that. And he seems to just know stuff about every single topic, you know.
We're not going to. It drives me nuts when people say they over-ascribe definitions to God. And I think that's super prideful. So I think you start with what God isn't. And I think that's the baseline of Orthodox faith. Is that right? It's a humble approach to the Lord.
So here you can see it. He said to me that he finds Eastern Orthodoxy beautiful, and he loves Eastern Orthodox theology. However, he still says in this very conversation, I am evangelical, right? Just because he said some nice things about different kinds of Christianity, that doesn't mean that he was going to convert. That's that.
Well, you're not the one who got the dream, so you don't know.
I have a dream. I have a dream that one day. Yeah. Moo Cow says, choose your friends wisely or they will undo everything you worked for, especially after you're dead. With friends like Candace, you don't need enemies. True. Please take deep breath via your nose and hold for 4 seconds. Is something supposed to happen? Nothing happened. MT says, EP 234, 32 for 15. What kind of widow would not want the truth of her husband's murder to come out? Candace. She's been throwing shade at Erica.
Oh, she started, eh? She did start? I knew that was inevitable. Guys, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Erica's going to be involved in the entire plot.
Episode 243, timestamp 32:15. Gotta check that out. Recycle Bin Laden says, AP, what regulations should impose on Islam, if any? I would say, so I would have few minor regulations, such as no more Qurans, no more Quran printing, no more mosques, shut down all mosques. If you believe in Islam, you have to also renounce and denounce everything that Muhammad said and everything that Allah said. You have to acknowledge that that people who don't believe in Islam are not the worst of creatures, and you should be expected to leave Islam. Those are my regulations that I would offer. Pan Schman says, YouTube won't let me quote, may you be bereaved of your matter. I used to consider you one of the fuqahan. No more shekels until you stop saying oh zoot every day. Now what will you do? I will say it even more, man. Yeah, Mike Winger, apparently, I don't know what he's doing. Mike Winger left because he wants to, maybe he's got something to do. Maybe he's getting a drink. I don't know. It's Mike Winger. What do you know? In 1904, an American taken hostage, U.S. response, Bear the Karis alive or Rasuli dead. Now we send aid. This is true. Abraham Harb, you're inviting the Scottish Korean on Fry the Bacon. I got to leave this for David when he comes back. I wonder how much ADL, SPL doctrine changed after 10-7 to appease anti-Semites. It did change a little bit, and they still suck up to Muslims. Charleston Amy became a new member. Welcome to the club. My Lord, the Lord is my shepherd says, Muslims often say 50,000 years before creation. Isn't that sentence a contradiction? Because time is created. I don't get that part. They say 50,000 years before creation. I'm going to leave that for now. In dorm, have you seen You Know Where You Can Send Your Palestine by Hakol Sababa? It's hilarious. Had to edit the title because YouTube won't let me. You mean the AI song? I've just seen that. That was funny, yeah. MT, I don't get how the right and Christians are okay seeing that people are coming to Jesus through Turning Point USA and they support her tearing it down. Wars. That is the thing. Turning Point USA has done such great work and continues to do such great work. those who oppose, those who want to harass them and badmouth them and take them down really seem to have some bad motives, you know. Bad motives. That's what they do. Terminator Mon. Hey, David Wood, why do so many Jewish people, I'm going to leave this when David is back, make greater Israel again? Victor Red. Alejandro Sedira says, have Christians, Jews in the UK reported on mass hate speech in the Quran to the police? What is the outcome? They should do that. Here's your advice to Christians in the UK. Report to the police in high numbers that the Quran contains hate speech and that you are all offended by this. Let's see what happens. I have a holographic Hakikachu card. Charleston, Amy, I respect you two gentles so much. Thank y'all for being sane. Thank you. Appreciate that. I don't know what you're doing wrong, AP. I already read this. Hello Outsider says you should try to get Roseanne for Boom Boom Room. I'm going to propose this to David. Charleston, Amy, let's do this right. I respect you two gentlemen so much. Thank you all for being sane. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Flippy, Muslims in Japan are rioting over the new PM-elect, saying she will stop illegal immigration and deport foreigners who cannot culturally assimilate. Really? Got to look that up. Need to see more about how Japan is handling things lately. I shall have a look. Paul, Neo Berg just reported that the left-wing newspaper Haaretz got Iranian dissidents arrested due to an article they did on pro-Pahlavi users. Really? I see that. I saw a post where she said something like, Haaretz, I will destroy you for what you did. I didn't check that out further. I will have a look at that and see what's going on. Anyway, Mike Winger is back. What's up, Mike? What?
I'm looking at that Neo Berg. Let's see. Hey, you're in the picture.
What I am? What am I in the picture?
Her pinned picture. Oh, that's from August 14th, though.
Oh yeah, she has a photo of me.
Why the heck are you? Why the heck would anyone post pictures of you?
Oh, that's right. I forgot. She has a pinned post.
How is that going to be anyone's pinned post going to be of you?
It's funny because I met her in person and she was joking about how there's this online group of pro-Palestine people who say that she's actually an Indian guy named Chandresh from Bihar or something like that. Somebody created this fake report about her, and she's joking about that. She came up to me and she's like, "Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Chandresh from Bihar." So I think she posted a photo to prove to people that she's not some Indian guy. Anyway, what was you saying? Something about Haaretz.
No, yeah, they said, it screwed things up for Iranians. I don't see it.
I saw a post of her earlier. I'll check that out some other time. Hey, David. Hello Outsider says you should try to get Roseanne Barr for the Boom Boom Room.
Oh, that would be funny. Mohammed meets Roseanne Barr. That would be funny.
Abraham Harp said you inviting the Scottish Korean on, fry the bacon. David, what happened to that?
Guys, I haven't had time yet. What the heck? You can. The more you freaking nag me about it,
when are you inviting him?
Every single freaking time you bring him up before I actually decide to talk to him, I'm going to make it another month before I.
When are you inviting him?
How you like that? I will burn this channel to the ground before you control me.
David, the Lord is my shepherd says Muslims often say 50,000 years before creation. Isn't that sentence a contradiction? Because time is created. I don't get that part. What do you say about this, David?
That would depend on how you view time. If you believe that Allah is temporal and so on, then you'd be talking about before he created the earth or something like that.
That's true. Terminator Man, hey David Wood, why do so many Jewish people like Dave Smith, Max Blumenthal don't like Israel and don't think they should exist as country and support Palestine? David, you're the expert on this, apparently.
How would I know?
Is that your answer? Thank you. Leonardo says...
but I mean, think about it. Because the answer would be basically just pointing out exactly what Dennis Prager said, that you can't say the Jews anything. You could pick any issue. You got Jews on all sides of it and so on.
The Jews anything, I just said.
Yeah. And so you're basically saying, how could you have a Jew who doesn't like Israel or what Israel's doing? Well, you have tons of Jews in and outside of Israel who don't like what Israel's doing. So
Israel is the Jewish state, the greatest state of all.
Kristen, no, the genocide Muhammad's Leonardo, the genocide Muhammad's committed by Al-Zud has now been recognized by Greta Thunberg. Israel approves this message. This is very powerful. Ryan Kim, Arif Ali Rafiq, a popular name amongst dojo owners.
Yeah. I went to this kung fu place and I was like, can you teach me kung fu? And that was the dude's name. He was from China. He's from China.
In my 1 year Bible specific for October 7, it starts in Jeremiah 8 to 9:26. What? Verse 11, saying, "For they have healed the hurt of my people slightly, saying peace, peace, when there is no peace." NKJV. Based. Very, very based. Specific for October 7. Really? Oh, specifically for October 7 in a Bible that you read. Okay, per day. I see. That's pretty remarkable. The meek, the mild. What's wrong with Hamas? What's wrong with Hamas? I mean,
I'm telling you, there's a beat to that, man. I'm telling you, there's a beat to that. Make a song about that, man. You can use that for your beat and then make an entire song about Tucker, man. It could be on your album.
Okay, I'm going to do that. Victor Red says Arab Middle Eastern is not Asian or white. This is true. Why do Indonesians integrate well compared to other Muslims? In Japan, Muslim girls with Shinto and Christian boyfriends, Kurds, Pakistani, complete opposite. I don't know, because Indonesians are built different or something, probably. I mean, I see that. That's the funny thing. I see online behavior from Indonesians and Malaysians. They seem to be very, very different from the rest of the Muslim world. I don't know where it comes from. Maybe it comes from being culturally different, from being so far away from the Muslim world and all that. But it seems that Indonesia and Malaysia have a significantly more open culture, much more extra non-Muslim influence. Maybe worth studying. Kenton Park. Whom do the Jews blame when they stub their toe? Themselves. That's why they're so successful. Personal accountability is the key to growth.
That would be some sort of funny skit where everyone else, whenever they stub their toes, they blame the Jews, and so they have no personal accountability, and so they never change. But the Jews, they can only blame themselves, and so they have personal accountability, and so
I've heard that joke before.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's already a thing?
Yep.
Takia.
Real Life Wire said David Wood show best show. You're
That's true.
Banned. Oh, no. All right, banned. Matthew Mara, he's perfectly clear now, unlike the Quran. Muhammad Mahdi, David Wood, Ramadan is in a couple of months. What are you going to do? I hope you will 932.
What do you mean 932?
Will you 932? Yes or no?
I would assume 932 means Quran 932, but I don't have any idea what that has to do with what I would do.
Will you 932? Yes or no?
Trying to think what 932 could mean. It can't be a date. It's not a relevant time. It's not a relevant Quran verse.
They want to extinguish the light of Allah with their mouths, but Allah refuses, except to perfect His light, although the disbelievers dislike it. I'm not sure how this is relevant.
That's what I mean. I know the whole passage.
See, David knows the whole Quran by memory. He's a hafiz. Rid says, this is completely irrelevant, but I think I heard AP was Orthodox, which is where I've been leaning more recently. Have been watching Jay Dyer debate Protestants. Is he consistent with Orthodox beliefs? I am not one to sit here and judge who is and is not a proper representative of Orthodoxy.
Do you advocate, support, and condone everything Jay Dyer has ever said? Yes or no?
Yes, sometimes.
Okay, there you have it. So AP vouches for everything Jay Dyer has ever said.
Only sometimes. Sometimes for everything. So once again, I said there are different thoughts and ideas within Orthodox Christianity. I would not be in any position to. I mean, I have my own thoughts about this.
Yep. Sound like a Protestant. Sounding like a total Protestant. I could just have my own thoughts on anything.
I have my own thoughts about this, but I'm not.
You don't
going to
own
share
me.
Them. I'm not going to share them publicly because I'm not in any position to make any judgment on who does and does not represent Orthodox Christianity correctly. So I can't say anything about this. It would be up to you, but I would generally recommend going to scholars and to a church. That's that. My favorite Orthodox Christian figure of the recent times, I said before, is Metropolitan Callistus Ware. He also has books, and I really recommend them. One of them is called The Orthodox Church, and the other is called The Orthodox Way. The Orthodox Way is a beautiful book. Benico says, AP and David Wood, do you guys ever have a bro moment where you say, love you, bro, go and spread the love, you want to hear it? Mike Winner fans wouldn't. David usually does it only with Mike Winner. So, Cam says, what happened to that demo guy? Says he heard from Demo to go to Islam. What is a demo guy? What is a demo guy? Demo? What's a demo guy? David, what's the demo guy? What happens to the demo guy? Says he heard from Demo to go to Islam. Tucker reminds me of him now. Heard it here first. Tucker going to Islam. Who's Demo? I don't know who Demo is. Oh, the demon guy. The demon guy. You mean the guy with the beanie, with the moon and star on TikTok, who talks about how he's speaking to demons, and they tell him that Islam is a true religion? Is that what you're talking about? David, do you remember that guy?
What's that?
There's this guy on TikTok, you know of him. We reviewed one of his videos once. He wears this beanie with a moon and a star, and he talks about how he talks to demons.
Oh yeah, that creepy dude. Yeah.
And the demons tell him that Islam is true and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, he said you have to know how to get the demons to talk.
Yeah.
And when they do, they tell you what to believe. They say it's Islam. It's like, seriously?
I mean, if you think that you're connecting with demons and the demons tell you, oh yeah, Islam, totally, Islam is the true religion. I mean, shouldn't that be a hint that is not the right answer? I don't know. ACG says, maybe she's like Muhammad. Maybe a groiper was pressing and choking her thing. Read. And just hallucinated that Charlie was talking to her in a dream. Makes sense. Dude, what is this? I'm trying to get through these super chats and they keep coming. Steph S. Tucker, Islam is haram to the U.S. Down with Tucker, but save his dogs. When you see Tucker Carlson's laugh, when you use Tucker Carlson's laugh, it reminds me of 1980s Batman, the Jack Nicholson Joker laugh after the final fight. Truly villainous laughter, zooted mind. The funny thing is that I've never watched a single Batman movie in my entire life, so I wouldn't know what that sounds like.
Oh. No, after the final fight, he fell off the building, landed on the ground, and then there was a little machine that started, that was laughing. It was going, I guess it's similar in that it does have like a rhythm to it, like Tucker's
bass. I love when I reveal things like these, because then people are like, what? What? How dare you, AP? What? AP, watch them. You missed out. Really, AP? What? Do you watch any movies, AP? Yeah, I usually watch movies for adults. That doesn't include Batman. So I don't really. I have never been into superhero movies. I don't know why. And I get why. I get that people like watching stuff like that. And I can't say this is because I'm not into stupid, childish things. I mean, I still play video games. Obviously, that's not it. For some reason, superhero movies have never, ever appealed to me. I don't know why. I grew up with a lot of cousins and a brother who were obsessed with those things, and they would sit down and obsessively watch the new DC or Marvel movie that just came out and be completely glued to the TV and then talk about it for hours. And I would just feel bored like hell and try to get away from that environment as soon as possible. I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know. I have no explanation for it. Eric Faust, when you use Tucker Carlson, no, Joe Carr says donations are based on shared values. If you are going to...
Christianity is based.
It is totally based.
If you're going to have an anti-Semite speak, you're going to lose Jewish donors. Duh. CK wanted to eat his cake and have it too. I don't talk trash about CK. But yes, I agree with that. Marisa Kennedy, if you're going to have donations are based on shared values. If you're going to host Tucker Carlson, you might lose Jewish donors, especially after he repeatedly goes off the rails. So.
Yeah, that's life. And
c'est la vie.
You can see it from Charlie's perspective. If Charlie's of the view that, hey, if I disagree with someone, because you saw this all the time. You saw this when he was talking to gay people, whoever it is. He'd be like, I may disagree with you on this, but I can agree with you on all this. And so we can actually work together. Even if we disagree on this, we can work together on this, all this other stuff. And so you can see why he would have the same mindset as like Tucker Carlson. And he would think that donors should have the same mindset, right? Like, hey, you don't need, if you're donating to my organization for what I'm doing, you shouldn't think that everything is going to be completely in line with what you think. You should be okay with this other stuff. And therefore, you kind of suck if you're not open to disagreements. Whereas if you're the donor, you're like, seriously, I'm donating to you. And you got Tucker Carlson spouting complete idiotic nonsense on stage to a bunch of young people. I didn't sign up for this, man. Hence disagreement.
That's that. FLP34 says, dude, they're adult movies. What do you mean adult movies?
What's adult movies?
Oh, you mean Batman? Batman. Oh, so you're saying Batman is for adults? I know. Yeah, I got what you said. I'm just kidding. Because this sounds very suspicious, this comment here. I know I'm just joking when I say that it's not for adults. I don't know. I never really liked superhero movies. Bluey, Candace the Ear Owens.
That's funny. Perfect.
AP, would you watch a movie about the Al Zud? Yes, I would. Yes. Marisa Kennedy, have you seen the Officer Tatum's recent video where he speaks with a former CIA lady? Info on Islam is plans on U.S. soil in a similar way that they did that thing in Israel exactly 2 years ago. On Islamists' plans. Info on Islamist plans on U.S. soil. Oh, I see. I think you had to censor that because of YouTube. I have to check that out. I hear a lot about him recently, and I have to check it out. Let's see. What's his name again? Brandon Tatum. Brandon Tatum, Brandon Tatum, Brandon Tatum, Brandon Tatum. I gotta subscribe to his channel, man. What is this? Okay, I'll check it out. Nitsubishi says nothing but made a super chat. Hello Outsider says, tell Roseanne she can play Momo's Jewish poisoner. That would be funny. Didn't you already record an episode like that?
Oh, no. Was planning on that. I was thinking of Pamela Geller as the Jewish woman who poisoned Muhammad, but Roseanne would be hilarious, because you want an actual Jewish woman to be playing the Jewish woman who poisoned him.
Why?
But freaking Roseanne would be hilarious as that. What?
Why?
Because it would just be funny with Pamela Geller would be funny because a lot of Muslims really, 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 really hate her, and so having her as the woman would be funny. But Roseanne would be funny too.
You know, there's a funny joke in Hollywood, which is that whenever they want to portray somebody of a certain ethnicity, they hire an actor of that ethnicity. But whenever they want to portray a Jewish person as a main character, they hire a non-Jew to portray her, or them, or him. Just so you know. Nitsubishi in Toronto, a high school played the Canadian anthem in Arabic to commemorate October 7th. What the heck? The school has a high Jewish population. Earl Haig SS. It's called SS. So, Xenix says, "I'll zoot the gift that keeps on." FLP34. AP on a personal note, found you shortly after October 7th from the quad. They then found David Wood through you. Have not stopped watching you both since. This is already a hard day, but you guys give me and many others hope. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I'm happy to know that. And I wasn't going to go live today. I really thought I can't do this today. But then I decided to do it anyway. So this is good to hear. And shout out to the quad, to Fleur, in Jerusalem. I'm going to be in Israel soon, very soon, and I'm going to be on her show again once I'm there. She's fantastic. But I'm glad to have you here. Amos says, David Wood said exactly what I was thinking. Candace Owens probably always wanted Charlie Kirk. She's truly an agent of Satan. That's pretty rude.
It should have been me. Why'd he go for that white girl?
Pretty candophobic. Dead Sea, Israel is still doing a terrible job of counter-propaganda, and if anything, shooting themselves in the foot by trying to buy everyone out. They're not really buying everyone out. Nobody bought me out.
Yeah, and by the way, I mean, that wasn't even like Charlie's point as far as, hey, you should be funding a bunch of people in the West. He was pointing out you need like people in Israel going around doing interviews, having discussions, making videos, putting out that content, and other people in other parts of the world need to be sharing that stuff that you make. Instead, you're like relying on everyone else. And he said, but we're not there. It's like he said it's like he compared himself. He's like, it's like I feel like I'm a lawyer defending my client, and my client is not saying anything to defend himself.
Powerful. Powerful, powerful, powerful. 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 Hikari Kokoro says, Hikari Kokoro says, I'm an American living in Japan. Japanese people have always been wary of foreigners, but many Muslims who come here often don't respect the law or culture. That's a big shocker. What? What? You're saying Muslims? Many Muslims who come to Japan don't respect the law or culture? What? What the? Can you believe this, man? David. Can you believe this? He says many Muslims who come here don't respect the law or culture. This is, what the hell? Man.
I don't believe it. This is a troll.
Yeah, it can't be real. I'm skipping this. Gary Smith said Valentina Gomez in Boom Boom Room. Yeah, that would be funny.
That would be funny. Hey, especially if when she talks, she just does it like her little videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Muhammad, like blah, 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 and she's just talking directly to the camera. These rapists, Muslims, blah 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 blah.
Hikari Kokaro. I'm an American living in Japan. Japanese people have always been wary of foreigners, but many Muslims who come here often don't respect the law or culture. I support the new prime minister, but I pray I can still share the gospel here. I hope so, and I pray so.
Oh, this is sheer propaganda.
Yes, probably is. Yeah, Japanese people are very nationalistic, and Western people don't compare in any way to them. That's my understanding and experience and studies. They also have a very offensive word for non-Japanese people. Which, doesn't it just mean white? I don't know. Lisa Alexander says...
Hey,
what?
I was locked up with this Japanese dude, and I was walking by him. I would walk by him. He always looked like he was trying to be scary. And he was walking, and I would walk by him, and I would go, "Me, Chinese mafia," right? But he got ticked off because I said Chinese mafia and not Japanese. Anyway, it was weird stuff, man.
Yeah. No, it just means outsider. Okay, they say gaijin, which just stands for a foreigner, outsider. Lisa Alexander became a YouTube member. Welcome to the club, Lisa. You are now part of the cult, and there is no way out. Just so you know. Paul, you were on the right Neoberg tweet. It was above the Jewish meme. Maybe you want to show the thread to the viewers because it's bad. Haaretz are scum. Now I clicked away already.
Wait, so we just missed it? I looked for it. You and I simultaneously looked for it. I didn't see it.
I didn't really pay attention to it. So yeah.
It was above the Jewish meme. Maybe you want to show the thread to viewers because it's bad.
Haaretz. The regime in Iran just aired a forced confession of an innocent man on state TV and used your investigation as evidence against him to falsely label him an Israeli spy. You have no effing idea what damage you have caused, you swine, you mother effer. What? Okay, I don't know what this is about, but I have to... Maybe I'll talk to her and see what's going on. Then I can talk about it. I have to check it out. She's a fantastic person. I met her in person, and she's very, very passionate about the people of Iran and of Israel. But so this is the first thing that I saw of hers about this topic. Here she tagged Haaretz, the leftist newspaper in Israel.
Where is this? How come I'm still not seeing this?
And said, I will destroy you for what you have done to this innocent Iranian man. I bookmarked this and will further check it out and see what's up with it. Okay. Amos Sichmith says, sticking up Islamic dilemma facts and put in mostly Muslim and non-Muslim areas. Me and Mom want to know when you guys will be back in NY. We hope we see AP there also. David, when are we back in an NY city? Hey, we should have little leaflets or little stickers pointing at the Islamic dilemma and just put them everywhere. Just, stick them outside. That'd be funny.
I can't think of anything I have scheduled in New York.
New York City.
But hey, if everyone wants to go back, you need to jump up in there and not be hiding, going, no, but what if they assassinate me?
You're hiding, boy. You're hiding.
If it's time to go, it's time to go, man.
Look at me. Look at me. You know you're done.
Who's hiding, man?
You're hiding, boy. You're hiding.
Take beer and chill, says AP and Dave. I'm from Indonesia. I stand for Israel. Based. Based. You know what they say.
Israel is the Jewish state. The greatest state of all.
Oh,
Cam says, speaking of movies, Candace reminds me of a gremlin. That's very rude.
I have to say, there's something like, I don't even know what it is. There's something incredibly annoying just the entire time she's talking. There's something insanely annoying about her. Like, I can't stand watching her. And I'm trying to think, like,
are retarded.
Like, it's not something I see from anyone else. It's just her. There seems something like, I can't stand watching this lady.
I would choose the cow.
You know what it reminds me of? The Quran. Like, I'll sit there and read it because I have to, but I can't stand it while I'm reading it. And I have trouble paying attention because I find it so annoying. That's what it's like watching Candace. I'll watch her if I have to for something, but I keep zoning out because it's so freaking annoying. Anyway.
That's possible.
Don't know what it is.
I wonder what Aaron Milan has to say about Megyn Kelly. I'll check it out. Hey guys, I'm listening to some grunge Nirvana. That's funny. Also, Zutlips Muslims. Candace Owens' dream about Charlie Kirk is creepy, but most dream about infant Aisha is still the most creepy. This is true.
Zutlips.
Hyperactive, full support, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Eric Faust. Batman is also a place in, is it Turkey or Turkey? It's Turkey. Yes, that's true. There's actually a Turkish province called Batman, which I found very funny once I found out about it. Because it literally reads like Batman.
Turkey.
There you go.
Turkey. Turkey. Turkey.
City in Turkey, Batman. I don't know how to spell it anymore. Take the next installment of my Mossad monies. Good night, gents. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it very, very much. Thank you. Here it is. I got the money. Hello, Outsider says.
They should make another place right beside it called Robin.
They should. You could turn Boom Boom Room into a Between Two Ferns type show. Yeah, I love that show, man. Have you ever seen Between Two Ferns, David?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Too few episodes, but still pretty good. Have a bunch of prominent anti-Islam people on. That's funny.
Yeah, we should. Hey, dude. Yes, no, seriously. We need to we do need to upgrade. Everyone with all the cool shows and stuff starts getting like studios and crap, and then they blow up even more. We need a big room where you interview people. We need some sort of big table where I have like a couple friends and we do live call-in show. And then we need some sort of Between Two Ferns type deal where we have all these prominent anti-Islam people on and we just insult them the entire time. As they deserve.
That's good. Rich asks, hey, do you watch scary movies, horror? If no, I love scary movies. I love horror movies. The thing is, they don't make them like that no more.
Yeah, my favorite kind of movie when I was growing up were slasher films, but I don't like those anymore, so I don't watch those. I'll occasionally watch a horror film if it has like really good reviews or something like that.
I actually recently, so it's very difficult to find a horror movie that is actually scary. But there was one that I recently loved. I think it was pretty good on the scary part, and I think it was called The Barbarian or Barbarian. Yes, it was called Barbarian.
That doesn't sound scary at all.
It's not about a barbarian. The title is.
Why the heck do they call it that? Like, oh, let's call this something that has nothing to do with the actual movie.
The title is very misleading, but the movie is just. It's one of the few horror movies that I actually thought, well, it's pretty scary.
I mean, just imagine you're like, oh, I really like Conan the Barbarian, so I'll show up and watch this show.
No, here it is. This movie here. This movie, I really liked it. I watched it and I liked it. I think it was pretty scary.
I'm looking I'm looking. Looks like the last horror movie I saw, as far as new ones, was that Jordan Peele movie, Get Out.
You know, it was well done, but it was also it was just pure propaganda.
It's anti-Turkish propaganda.
It was such nonsensical propaganda. It made me think, this is sick, man.
I saw What We Do in the Shadows in the theater. That was hilarious. That was it was a documentary type about vampires.
That's good. That's
But
good.
it was hilarious.
My Fairy Tale Love says Spanish priest facing jail for talking about Islam. This is something that we might want to make a show about.
Oh, yeah. No, I was going to make a quick video about it because it's actually pretty easy to do. Because, I mean, think of the irony here. Think of the irony. I looked up what he actually said. He said, Islam doesn't actually allow dialogue. They try to control you. And then for saying that, he's about to go to prison, right? It's like, you're kind of proving his point, right? That, hey, Islam always imposes itself and doesn't allow you to talk about it. And they're like, we will lock you up and throw you in prison for saying this. Shame on you. Kind of proving his point. Anyway, I was that his trial is like right now. And so I was like, okay, well, I don't want to make a video and then like the ruling comes in and it completely I'm kind of waiting for them to finish so I can make a point about it, because they're either going to let him go and stand up for some level of freedom of speech, or they're going to punish him somehow. But yeah, I figured I'd wait until that is actually resolved.
Beast. I was wondering if I should briefly, before finishing this review, a video of Aaron Mullen about Megyn Kelly, but I'm wondering if I clicked on it for the wrong reasons. So
yeah, you probably did. But who is this chick? I know who Megyn Kelly is. Who's
she's she's a fantastic commentator from Australia. I think she was kicked off her her TV show or something for her opinions, and now she's an outspoken pro-Israel commentator. She's very good. So yeah. V, since you guys are on the internet, how do you both deal with the toxic online Christians? They seem really vitriolic when want to be. It seems tiring.
It is. People do try to wear you down, not like in the Zut sense, but people try to wear you down over time. And so that you either agree with them or you just shut up, because anytime you say something, they'll just pile on you. Not in a Zut sense, but they just pile on and try to make you like scared to say something. Now, we actually have an advantage because we've been dealing with like keyboard jihadis for years. So we know, hey, we get blasted, not in the Zut sense, but we get blasted for things we say. And so we're kind of used to it. But it does suck now, because now you just have so many. It doesn't matter what you say on any issue. They come at you, not in the Zut sense, but they come at you. I just want to point that out.
It's so funny because
it is tiring. What?
Every single time I know that you're going to make an Al Zut joke, but every single time it comes out of nowhere, it's still funny.
Like the Zut.
I try to nowadays ignore much of the online Christian stuff, because online Christians are very much this is a new trend, right? I don't think it was very much around a long time ago. It is a quite new trend, and I guess I see it now because I'm interested and I'm part of it, part of Christianity, and I like to just ignore much of the stuff on X that I see. Peace be upon me says, what did Homos learn after October 7th? Nothing. Will they take a deal? No, they have been doing for 70 years. Our condolences for Israeli families. Thank you.
I'm actually, when the war is eventually concluded, I'm going to have to make a video titled something like How Hamas Won the War. And I want to point out that two different opposing, it's not like a normal war when you're fighting over something and that's what you're fighting over, that and whoever wins has won the war. two sides can be trying to do completely different things. And therefore, both sides can be like, we won, because like Israel can get all the hostages back, punish all the terrorists, and make it so that Gaza can never attack them again. That would be a complete victory for them, right? So they would say, we obviously won. You could give Israel everything they want right now. It would be a victory for Israel. But Hamas wanted something completely different. It's, we'll go over there, we'll kill a bunch of their people, we'll take a bunch of hostages, we'll go back, we'll hide underground. Israel's going to come for their hostages, and they're going to look for, what's wrong with you, man? I'm taking that. That's not even that funny, man. How did everyone decide to start making Zut title movies in there when we're talking about super important stuff? You need to save all these, man. There are legitimately funny parody movies that can be made. Like, people have made like 50 of them. What?
This is hilarious, man. Where did this come from?
Yeah.
Who started this?
Someone. Was it because we were talking about movies?
I think maybe.
Zutperman broke the Zut Mountain. The Zuttening. Yeah, these are good. Anyway, I was pointing out that Hamas's goal was, hey, we'll go over there, we'll kill a bunch of Israelis, we will take a bunch of hostages, we'll run and hide, Israel will attack, all we have to do is keep hiding. All of this will be used to show that Israel's committing genocide, will turn public opinion and get a young generation that hates Israel, and this will help us because that young generation eventually becomes the politicians and the journalists of the next generation, and we'll get everyone hating on Israel. That's their goal. They didn't care how many civilians died. They didn't care how many women and children died. And they're actually okay if their organization gets completely wiped out. They're playing the long game here. They don't care if it takes 2 years or 200 years. They want to wipe out Israel, and so they're kind of getting what they want right now, no matter how things turn out.
La 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 la. Die Zuttening Zootopia. Zootopia. Citizen Zoot. Zoot Wars.
I bought a Zoot.
The Jungle Zoot. Civil Zoot. Zoot Kanda. Zoot Hawk Down. Zootlander. Man, this is getting out of hand. Pedro Sanchez is the Spanish Keir Starmer. Yeah, I don't know much about him except that he's an appeaser. So, Lisa. Okay, wait. You just said Lisa, like Lisa Minnelli. Do you mean Liza? I'm not very good with Americanization of names. Is that how you pronounce that, David? Do you say Liza?
I would say Liza Minnelli. So yeah, I would guess so.
Okay. I apologize. I apologize for my mistake. It is Eliza Alexander. Hi, my brother in Christ, Ridwan. Just saw you and Justin Brearley. Been praying for you for years. I knew this day would come. God always pursues those he loves. Thank you very much. Hi, David. It's Eliza from NYC NFL Church, ex-Mormon. Thank you.
That was my church in Queens, New York.
Oh, very, very nice. Very, very nice. New Life Church. Is that it?
New Life Fellowship Church in Queens, New York.
Fellowship Church. Based.
Building's a big cube.
Based. Very basic. Thank you so much, Liza. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very, very much. It means a lot. And yes, I think it was published yesterday, or was it today? I had an interview with Justin Brierley.
That just came out today?
a while ago,
Or
and
yesterday?
I think he just published that yesterday. He has a small channel that he's just publishing stuff on now by himself. Not like the big, huge channel that he would publish stuff on. But yeah, that came out yesterday. Thank you, Les. Appreciate that. The Lord is my shepherd. Zut is the new. That's what she said. LOL. Cam Zutback Mountain. Paul, interesting point. Charlie Kirk fought his donors to platform Tucker, but he didn't do it for Candace. Doesn't sound like he thought she was worth it.
And by the way, that kind of ties in to everything I've been saying, that someone can be off the rails, unhinged, saying completely deranged stuff. And you think, oh, this other person who's not as deranged, this person is better. And I'm thinking that person's more dangerous. That person's going to deceive more people than the completely deranged person. And so, but yes, you are correct that Charlie seems to be, hey, Tucker's really popular and we have enough common ground that even if we disagree on a couple things, we can still work together. Candace, not so much. Candace is a threat. Candace is a threat to Charlie. It's something when you really tick him off. Do you want me to get Candace in here? You want me to get Candace over here?
670 a Zut Odyssey. It should
Why
be
would it be 670?
It should be 620 or something. That's good. ZutTube, Zut of Arabia.
But we do need like 620 a Zut Odyssey. That needs to be funny.
American History Zut.
I tell you what, if this Zut thing becomes more popular, I bet some weirdo eventually makes a porn movie out of it.
I don't want to think about it. Thank you. Thank you for that thought. Eunuch Petsa said, when AP laughs, we all laugh. It's uncontrollable. I know. Bluey says, the human Zutipede. Back to the Zutter. Professional.
Hey.
What?
Hey, even if we're not going to make parody movies out of all these, we could make parody movie posters. So if anyone wants to start making the parody movie posters with like Muhammad and the Zut and some of these parody movie titles, just go ahead and send those to me. I'll popularize them. Hey, how'd your discussion with Justin Brierley go?
It was a good discussion. I haven't checked the numbers.
Well, that's what I mean. It's not a lot of numbers because he has a smaller channel than his classic channel. Yeah. I'm just saying, was it a good thing? Was it a good show that we should be sending to people?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Let's be real, says Professional Zilch. If the Palestinians looked white, 95% of people complaining wouldn't care. This is true. Very true. Did you watch Charlie's episode with Ben September 9th? Why does no one mention he was still supporting Israel one day prior? They will even use that episode and say, look, here, Charlie asked some questions. This shows that he was actually turning against Israel. But even
which channel was that on Turning Point?
I think it was on Real America's Voice or something. That's where the Charlie Kirk show was. He was still, to his last moment, a supporter of Israel. That never changed. So people are just exploiting his death, and it's really, really messed up. Drew Traver, Aladdin and the Big Black Genius of us. All right, thank you. David, anything else?
Nope, they've said it all.
Zut and Furious.
The people have said it all.
The Big Lezutsky. Family Zut. The Gang of Al Zut. 5 Nights at Al Zuts. All right. Are we going live tomorrow?
It's up to you. I'll be gone Friday and Saturday, so if we want to go live, then tomorrow and Thursday would be the last chances.
Let's go live tomorrow on your channel and Thursday on my channel. How about that?
And so we shall.
based.
It will be very based.
We should invite Ash over to our channels again. He should be the third
No,
commentator.
no, Ash doesn't want to get political.
Powerful, powerful, powerful. All right, man. Fear and Loathing in Hell Zoot. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for being with us. God bless everyone, and bless all, and How I Met You Zoot, the big Zoot, the Zootsins, Arabian Zoots, and so on. Yeah, Zoots of the Caribbean, Zoot and Prejudice. Bye bye Zooters. Thank you, Lord of the Zoot. All right, thanks everybody for watching. Remember, October 7 was a horrible day, and those who celebrate should be held accountable for it. And October 7 was also inspired by Islam, and Hamas is inspired by Islam, and 9/11 was also inspired by Islam. Islamic terrorism is inspired by Islam. So my last message about this is a very simple one.
Hey, my battery's running out, man. I wore out this goat, but not like Muhammad did.
Anyway, that translates to the
replace the
following.
battery, man.
That translates to the following.
Stay away from Islam.
Powerful.